All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. This is Dylan.
I am Quinn.
And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and tag the little bell icon so you know when we drop more videos. And don't forget to check out the website at www.broken.picturesno.com.
Yes. And if you're still listening to this, and I really hope you are, this is your spoiler. This is your spoiler alert. In this episode, we're going to be talking about what is Hayward's master plan in WandaVision. So if you haven't watched up to episode 8 of WandaVision, pause this, go watch that, and then come back here unless you enjoy being spoiled. If not, you have been warned.
I have a theory, but I need more.
All right, so like Quinn said, we're talking about episode 8. What is Hayward's big master plan? And also just throw out there, if you want to sponsor us or one of the videos, or just throw us a couple bucks or whatever, we'd appreciate that. Check out our Patreon, which is you can find that in the little ticker below. Also, you can check out the store. That would help out. Or if you are interested in having us promote one of your products during an episode, let us know. But I mean, if that's not your style, then just go ahead and hit like, and that'll make a big difference. And you can share the video. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Tell your friends and family and everybody you know, so that we can grow. All right, so let's get into it. All right, Hayward is a giant terrorist.
Well, I mean, Hayward's a dude.
Terrorists.
And obviously getting more and more slimy as time goes on. So this episode, man, this guy, he's so freaking sleazy.
Like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we know what he's going to launch now. And there's that whole thing. But leading up to that, there's a lot of implications as far as like we know now that Wanda didn't take Vision's body.
That was a lie.
And she created her own out of vibranium because they were tracking the decay signature of vibranium. That's how they knew where Vision in the hex was. So that's legit vibranium. Like, that's insane in itself. Wanda can just straight up
unfair.
Like, yeah. That's not cool. Like, no, that's gonna be on Wakanda's radar. Like, wait.
She can just make vibranium? No, bring her here.
Which, I mean, that could be another reason why Hayward was pushing so hard to get that other Vision out too. You know, because that's what $3 billion more and another soldier that he wants. You know,
for his evil plans. Yeah.
So supposedly he has been, quote unquote, dismantling Vision for the past 5 years, like, or at least the past 3 years since he's been in charge after Maria Rambeau died. God rest her soul. Or went out for the homies. So for you're telling me for 3 years they've been dismantling, and that's baloney. He even said later,
we took this thing apart and put it back together again 1 million times. Tried every type of power supply under the sun.
It seems obvious to me that that entire scene with Wanda was completely staged, and he was kind of goading her and prodding her to do something and hoping that she would, and she didn't. The fact that he mentioned not everybody has the power to bring their soulmate back online, back to life. So I think maybe he was kind of hoping she would, but at the same time, like, how did he think she could do that? Like as
Yeah,
far
it's
as I've
weird.
seen, like she's
Since you
never
pointed
displayed that
out-
type of power. Like she's never done that before. She's like done her little magic-y telekinesis thing and
Yeah.
mind control, but that's it. Like she's never resurrected anything or anything like that. So
But I'm gonna throw this one at you
okay,
real quick.
bring it.
Okay, here we go. So, Wanda Maximoff, aka I can rip Thanos' arms off, also got her powers from an Infinity Stone. An Infinity Stone of one of 6 that was used to do this, and then also that was used to do this again to bring everybody, to turn everyone into Ash, and then bring them back, and then turn the bad guys into Ash. So I guess one more snap. Okay, that's all the snaps.
Yeah.
And Hayward now, like, since everybody has all the like stat info on everybody apparently, and knows
Right,
what
because he's
the
top
Infinity
clearance.
Stones, knows what the Infinity Stones are capable of. He's like, okay, some of that residual power has to be in you, maybe, or something. Like, you almost killed Thanos. Like Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America together couldn't do that off the cuff. And like, and you come in and almost like make this man resort to just firing on his own forces. I think you can bring someone back to life too. Why don't you just go ahead and give it a try? He's right there. I mean, we'll just put his arms back on and, stitch a leg back together, and you have your boyfriend back.
Yeah. And well, I mean, technically Thanos did rewind time and bring Vision back to life. So that's a thing, but Wanda gets her power. Okay, so there's already some fuzziness going on because Wanda gets her power, or her powers were enhanced rather from the Mind Stone, but her powers more accurately reveal the Reality Stone. So there's a theory that she's a Nexus being, and she has access to the multiverse, knowingly or not, that she is pulling her power from other Infinity Stones throughout the multiverse, and that in other versions of her, she gets her power from other Infinity Stones. So that's a thing, but I don't know that Hayward would know that. And I mean, and technically it was the Mind Stone that he used to bring Vision back. So I don't know.
Unless he's
I mean,
not
we know
actually
that, but I don't think Hayward knows that.
He could not actually be Hayward.
That is also true. It's looking more and more that he might actually be Mephisto, or in league with Mephisto or Agatha, because that whole push in the second half of the sitcoms, like the first half was the push to have children, and the second push was resurrection, with the whole thing with Sparky and Pietro and Vision and all the, and even with the kids or whatever. Well, not necessarily with the kids, but anyways. And so it seems to be in line with that. And so why would Hayward, especially before any of that happened, be basically dropping that in her mind and giving her that idea? Because she even seemed off put by that. It was like, I can't do that. So, I mean, I don't know. It seems part of a master plan, that there's something else going on besides just Hayward trying to be the big bad government guy that wants all the money and all the weapons.
Man, wow. Mid-credit scene. We saw what he was going to launch. We'll hop on this train for just a little bit. We saw what he's going to launch. He's going to launch what some out there are calling a spectral vision. I've been saying I'll call it blank vision, we're not going to call it just Vision because you need that separation. But blank Vision woke up, looked at himself, and what if
BAF?
Oh yeah, also very creepy. I was like, ooh, this is really
if
cool.
Vision was Frankenstein's monster before, good God.
What if that guy from the second Avengers movie who was trying to make a body for himself finished what he did?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the second Iron Man movie, Justin Hammer. I was like, it's going to fall apart. Sorry.
Yeah, no. What if Ultron finally finished what he was trying to do, and he's just been this little itty bitty computer program for like years, just waiting for his chance, and that empty Vision body, he like kept loading himself in there, but it wouldn't turn on, and then it finally turned on. Ultron communicating with Hayward, like, hey, let me in that body. I can help you. I can do some really good stuff for you. I'm not the same Ultron I was. Like, you can even scan me. My programming's different. Let me help you, Hayward. Give me Vision's body. I can tell you.
Technically, he's in there.
Yeah. And he sought out Pietro and Wanda, so he has to know. Like, he could easily find out information he would like and know probably the extent of her power, especially since she killed his new body.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that he would even know that she could resurrect either, because that seems to be something that even Jimmy and Monica and Darcy were discussing a couple episodes ago that this is way beyond anything that she's ever done in the past. Like, she's amped up big time. And so there's something else at play here, whether it's to do with that book or just her being able to tap into her Scarlet Witch mantle, or I don't know, or just kind of like how in the X-Men, how the X gene is activated by some emotional crisis in their teenage years, you know, maybe it was activated that way. I don't know.
Also, though, in the MCU, Ultron is also created from an Infinity Stone.
Really?
And it was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's true. So there is some, because Ultron's programming is still in there, because remember they were talking about that when they were talking about trying to get Shuri to take the Mind Stone out of Vision in Infinity War. So Ultron is in there, that's confirmed. But how much of him is in there because the Mind Stone is gone now? Just programming, just residual echoes of him?
What if it is literally the worst parts of him? The parts that's like, humanity has to die. I don't care how they die, but they gotta die.
Uh-huh.
And kill the Avengers.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that also begs the question. Okay. Track with me for a second. So that whole scene with Hayward and Wanda, to me, it seems like an obvious setup to try to provoke Wanda to get her to do something. And just how rude they were being with taking his body apart and cutting and all that. Like, there's like a chop shop with $3 billion worth of vibranium, right? And they were using these tools that didn't seem special in any way. They were chopping it up like it was aluminum or steel, but that's vibranium. Like, no regular tools are going to make a dent in any of that. And something you mentioned earlier, like it absorbs it's vibranium. It absorbs all that, the vibration and all that kind of stuff. So that's one reason why Wakanda is the only people that are able, or the only people that are able to harness vibranium, because there's a certain way you have to do it. And I doubt that, I don't know that Hayward, well, so there's got to be somebody that knows how to handle vibranium. When Claw is dead, who else out there is helping them handle this vibranium and take it apart and put it back together a million times? Who's doing that? Is it Justin Hammer?
Were you talking to the right guy?
Get out of here with that.
But he does. Blank Vision does have a mini arc reactor in his head, so they have access to how Tony did that.
Shield and Sword be stealing everybody's stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Tony willingly said, okay, here you go. Here's how to make an arc reactor.
With a box of scraps!
So somebody down the line.
Stealing his junk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it Wonder Man?
It could be Wonder Man. It still could be that dude from Far From Home, the one that escaped after downloading everything, put it on a USB and dipped out.
Well, I don't know, because this is before Far From Home. This is before Mysterio. Yeah. This is a couple months before that. Because this is right after Endgame. So, I mean, it could be Mysterio at this point. It really could be. And that could explain another reason why why he's part of S.H.I.E.L.D. so easily, helping S.H.I.E.L.D. so easily in Far From Home. Maybe he makes his appearance at that point. I don't know. Hard to say. I mean, that could maybe he's a special appearance. Who knows?
That'd be fun.
I don't know. It's somebody is helping them out. I don't think Sword. Who in Sword? It's got to be a specialist that knows how to handle vibranium, because it's too rare of a thing to just for anybody just be like, oh yeah, we've got somebody, we've got a whole mess of people, you know.
You know who else knows how to handle vibranium?
Who's that?
Ultron.
Yeah, that's true. He is. And because I mean, what was the lady that helped create his body under his control? So that that container, for lack of a better word, that because she helped Hawkeye like recreate skin on his body. And she said, well, if we were back in my place, we could do this a lot quicker inside this container. And then when Ultron wanted to add the vibranium, she was like, I'm sure I can figure out, but I don't think that's going to work. And then he mind controlled her to figure it out, right? Or to make her do it, rather. So she could potentially, I don't think she would, especially after her experience with Ultron.
Nope.
But I mean, there's that container thing is still out there, and that's a whole nother issue I have with Vision's body not being more flesh, just metallic flesh, because that's really what he is. He's made out of, and even. Because I thought that whole scene was another clue that it was made up was because all these parts were like mechanical parts, and Vision is basically just metallic flesh. But when Thanos ripped his head open and got the Infinity Stone out, it looked the same. It was all wiry and junk. But I think that's just messed up. But anyways, Tell us about Blank Vision. Did you already do that? Tell us what Blank Vision is, who he is, where he came from.
So I did not tell you all about Blank Vision. So Blank Vision, first time he ever appeared was with West Coast Avengers, and he fought the Avengers. beat him up real good, and in short, after a few tussles back and forth, he ended up joining the West Coast Avengers, falling in love with Scarlet Witch and all that stuff. But the main thing from all of that, there's a storyline that kind of follows from West Coast thereon, called The Last Avengers. Why this storyline is so significant is for really two reasons. One of the names I've been saying a lot in this video is one of the main antagonists. Protagonist is the good guy, or main character. Yeah. Antagonist. The other one has been confirmed and will show up later in Ant-Man 3. Who, you ask? Well, Ultron and Kang the Conqueror. Which in those storylines, Ultron wants to get
Ultron, just for clarification, Ultron hasn't been confirmed for Ant-Man 3. Kang
No,
has.
not that one. Kang has, yes.
Right.
I don't know who I'm like waving at over there on the side, like, hold on, I'm sorry. But yeah, Kang has been confirmed. Ultron's here and presumably dead.
Mm-hmm.
But Kang the
He's come back
Conqueror,
multiple times in the comics, but that's just comics. Everybody does.
this guy comes back and kills people. But Kang the Conqueror beat Ultron to the punch. He kills the Avengers, and then Ultron's emerges from this time capsule, and he's like kind of pissed off that he didn't get to do it. And he and Kang end up going at it so he can go back in time and kill the Avengers. But the characters that are involved in this, besides the main ones that aren't really around anymore, like Captain America and Iron Man, you have Scarlet Witch, Vision, Hank Pym, you have Tommy and Billy, Vision and Wanda's kids, who Billy ends up becoming evil later down the line and becomes the Grim Reaper.
One version of him.
One version of him, yes. Also, you have Hawkeye that's in the story. You got Wasp, She-Hulk, who is getting a show later down the road.
Yeah.
Black Knight, who is going to be in the Eternals. And you have a lot of characters that's involved in this that we know are coming in the future. So potentially this storyline with even more time travel and time shenanigans, everything could be converging to some version of The Last Avengers.
Interesting, because we've already got elements of Avengers Disassembled and House of M.
Yes.
So
who knows? It's a lot of things that are going on, a lot of moving parts, but this I'm actually like really excited about. My child.
She's excited too.
So, yes. But other than that, Blank Vision, the versions that we've, because that's where this all started, dang, has the same powers as Vision. He just, the one shot that he did appear in, he was actually resurrected, but he was resurrected in a different way and had a different power source. So his body was completely white, or white with like gray panels kind of throughout. Really, all the spots that would have been gold would have been gray, and then the rest would have just been white. And but he still had the exact same powers. He just was using a not as powerful power source as before.
Okay, so basically, yeah, they transferred that onto the screen pretty well. And man, he looks badass. He looks freaky though. Like, I'm afraid that he's gonna be like full on bad guy. Like he's gonna be uncontrollable. and that they're gonna have to do all this in one episode. And this could also still be the precursor to Sentinels.
Yes. Oh God, yes. I really hope not. Because Dylan, anytime Sentinels show up, it never turns out well for the X-Men. Like it always
We're not
ends
here
up
yet, but
we're not here yet. But it always ends up in like a desolate wasteland.
yeah. Oh, and you know who else I didn't think about that we haven't seen? The aerospace engineer.
Oh
We
yeah.
haven't caught up with Monica and Jimmy yet.
Nope.
And Monica's obviously with fake Pietro wherever he's got her, using Agatha's magic, the purple on her eyes.
Snooper's gonna snoop.
Purple in your eyes.
So man, because they've teased that I'm pretty sure the aerospace engineer is a person, because they've teased that
Way too hard.
yeah, they teased it too hard. However, the big cameo that Paul Bettany keeps talking about could very well have been himself. That somebody that he's wanted to work with his entire life, and there will be fireworks, could very well just be Blank Vision.
I'm gonna throw a shoe at him.
Yeah. He's about to get on everybody's shit list if that's the case.
I thought it was quite
Although,
funny.
man, I kind of respect that. That's hilarious. I don't know, because they've already got Spectrum, they've already got Vision, they've already got Wanda, and potentially Agatha too, to help take down this Blank Vision. That I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting.
This is how the final fight's gonna go. It's gonna be.
I don't even know how many
Wanda.
minutes are in this episode.
It could be
Hopefully.
3, and it's just gonna be a whole bunch of flashes, and then everything will be the end, then the sunset.
Yeah. I want to see Blank Vision shoot the Mind Stone ray out of his forehead.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just like white beams, like an arc reactor. Man.
That'll be fun.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I got one more thing when you.
Wanda is gonna fight. What's her face? Agatha, while Vision fights. Vision? Blank Vision. Yeah. And the twins are gonna help. Tommy probably helping his dad.
I don't think the twins are the real. I don't think they're there. I think of Agatha. I think in the first couple minutes, Agatha's going to reveal that the twins are just as fake as the world that she's created.
I have to believe that they're real.
That they can't
Because if
survive
they're
outside
not-
the hex.
Just
Just like Vision can't.
Yes, he can't. For now. We all know what's about to happen.
They're building up the Young Avengers, and they are founding members, so we will obviously see them come back in teenage form, aged up, just like Cassie Lang and everybody else.
Yep. So
Probably more significant actors that we're familiar with. Just they recast Cassie Lang, so that's how we know they recast her for Ant-Man 3. Versus who we saw her as in, what was that, Endgame when he came back? Yeah. So, I mean, we know that they are planning something significant.
Yeah.
With those characters.
Also, Ant-Man just seems like you're getting recast like all the time. If your name's not Michael Douglas or what's his name? Paul Rudd, you're getting recast.
I mean, technically, the Wasp was recast as Michelle Pfeiffer, because I know the chick that played the original Wasp in the flashback. She lives in Atlanta. I was in a movie with her. She was also in The Gifted. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, just for the sake of recasting. Oh, okay. So in the comics, Blank Vision has no knowledge, no memory of Wanda or any of that kind of stuff, and no emotion. He's just like, he might just be a straight up Terminator at this point. But they're able to bring his bring his personality back by using the brainwaves of Wonder Man, who is we haven't technically seen in the MCU, but they've toyed with the idea of him being Nathan Fillion in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but it wasn't put on screen. So since Tony is dead and we've seen the hologram version of him, could we technically see Vision get Tony's brainwaves to bring him back to himself? Unless you were talking about seeing them merge.
Yeah.
Like the two visions merge.
I really feel like
that Vision doesn't really have the memories either. I mean, he knows he loves Wanda, and that's kind of the only thing that's important, I guess, to learn everything else.
Darcy filled him in.
Correcto.
And then he was like, and he even said, like, I kind of remember it, but it doesn't feel like any of that happened to me. It feels like it happened to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, with all the time that they spent together, Wanda could funnel all of the rest of her memories into him, like even the bad ones.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she could learn that memory spell from Agatha.
Yeah.
And just show him everything in a split second. You just relive their lives in the alternate universe memory thing.
Wanda.
I don't know. Just download it. Surely it's there somewhere.
It's somewhere.
That makes sense also that he doesn't have those memories before, because he is not the Vision from outside.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that. So he could just download all that.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's all I got. What else you got? What do you think?
That is all I have as well. Yes. That's
all right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so you know that when we drop a new video, because new videos are coming. We still get at least one more episode. And this is Dylan.
I am Quinn.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.